morning, sir. This is Secret Intelligence Agency, and we recruited you because we want to know how good you are at, finding the point of origin in Blood Spatter. We have a lot of crimes dealing with that, so we heard you were really good. You were really smart in math and everything. You know, you're a genius. So you have glasses on. So we're gonna go ahead and start. Okay, so there's like two methods, right? Two straight methods to finding the point of origin. Which one is the math method and the string method? So what is the math method?
Well, to my understanding, the math method it depends on how clear and how far the blood drops are. The math method, to begin with, is in order to begin with the math method, you need to find the point of origin. To find the point of origin, you're going to want to run lines through each of the blood drops that you believe are round enough to measure. You want to find that so that we can find the most available area of where the blood came from. So after that, what you want to do is measure the length and the width of each blood drop. In this case, we had 10 blood drops. So we would want to measure that. And then after that, you would want to divide the width and the length by each other and find the arc sine of that to find the angle of where the blood came from. After we find the angle, we can find the height. The height is most important because it tells us where exactly and how high the blood came from. In finding the height, we need to measure the length from our found point of origin and the center of the blood drop. After we find the length, we can do what's called the tangent, and with the tangent, we will multiply the tangent of our angle, and we will multiply that with the length from the blood drop to the point of origin. From there, we will find a rough estimate of the height of where the blood came from. After finding the heights for each of the 10 blood drops, we find an outlier. An outlier is a measurement that's way out of the reach of the other measurements. For the 10 drops that we found, the average is then taken from those, which is you add up all of the measurements or the heights, and you divide it by the number of heights that you recorded.
Go.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to the Forensic Science Lab, where we test for blood drops and we identify string method and math method. In this case, we heard that you were really good at the string method. So why don't you tell us what the string method is?
Yeah, okay, well, for the string method. Okay, so you first have to measure the blood drops that you have selected. The 10 that you have selected. You measure the width and the length. After that, you divide it and you get the arc sine of that number. And after you do that, you get the angle of the blood drop and from where it was basically projected. And after that, you tape a string to each blood drop. You measure with the protractor. You measure the angle and to wherever the angle should be, and you pull the string all the way to the point of origin. You tape it to whatever the meter stick that you have or whatever you need to do to measure it, and it should all lead to one point. And I think it's a better method because it allows you to see the visual of the entire thing, and yeah.